Just wanna make you feel good.
Hey everybody, Brandon Chega here for week 3 of Mobile Development Frameworks 3. I'm going to show my action bar application first, and then I'll show you guys my widget and how that works. So my action bar app is a continuation from an app from, I believe, Java 2. Let me pull it up here really quick. So the name of the app is called Twitch Stream App. And basically what it does is it pulls a list of streamers that are currently online. I think it's like the top 25 right now. And it tells you what game they're playing and how many people are watching. My action bar items are a search. So you can search by a game. So if I type in League, and I click search, it will sort the list for all the games that are League of Legends. And then my like the overflow, I have a preferences, which basically just lets you go in and set a username and a password. The password doesn't really do anything right now, but it updates in the top. You can see where the username changed, and that's coming from the shared preferences. So that's how that works. And then in my little info about the developer I have here, I just have what the app is and a little bit about myself, and then I have like a thing where you can rate my app, but it doesn't really do anything. It's just kind of there to look pretty and just kind of add more depth to the About Me page. So that is my action bar application. Now I'm going to show you guys how the widget part works. Alright guys, I'm back and I'm going to show you the widget that I decided to do. So the widget name is I Heart Quotes, and basically it just pulls a random quote from an API every 30 minutes, and if you click on the button or like the image, it takes you to the site. So I'll go over some of the code parts here, and then I'll show you guys how the widget looks and is installed, and then I'll answer the questions for the assignment. So this is my main activity. My layout for the configure consists of 2 spinners, a button, and then this like preview window, which I'll show you guys how that works. This is my widget layout, which is just a text and an image. So my main activity, I set the spinners up and my button, and then the way I had to do this a little differently. In my on-click listener, instead of loading the widget up there, I run my async task to get the quote from the API, and then in the on-execute, that's when I set my widget up. So the first time you load it, it takes about a second because it has to wait for the quote to finish. I was getting a lot of times where the widget would install and it would just be blank because the quote, like the API didn't give enough time to finish for the widget to update. So that kind of got around there. And then in my widget provider here, I have my onUpdate, which basically does the same thing. So I have to create static variables, or global, I don't know how they're called, so that I can access them down in this this other class down here. So I set them equal to what gets passed in the onUpdate, and then I set my text here and I update the widget here. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into adding the widget. So hold down, go to widgets, and it's here in the so this is my widget, the I Heart Quotes. That's my little preview image I have. So if I go ahead and drag this on the screen, it's going to bring up the configure, and you can change the font color and the background color of the text portion. And I gave a little preview window so you can kind of see what it looks like. So you don't like getting like ugly colors or black on black or anything like that. So I'll just pick green with, wow, how about magenta background, and then I click done. So it's gonna go ahead and load the quote into the widget. It is resizable, so it's resizable horizontally and vertically. and then it just kind of puts the quote in there. And then it does actually update. I had the timer set at half an hour. I thought it wasn't updating because I set it at like 5 seconds just so I could make sure it was actually working. But even when I just put the word hello to change the text to hello, it still didn't update. So I did some research and I realized that the in the widget XML, this update period milliseconds, the minimum you can do is half an hour. So if you guys aren't getting any updates and you have it set for like 10 seconds, that's why. I know it's probably a little late now, but just thought I'd let you know. Maybe you can have time to change it. But yeah, I sat around, I waited for half an hour before the video started, and it actually got a new quote, so I was super excited about that. And now I'll answer the questions really quick. So, my third project was the quotes. What would I have done differently if I could? Oh, I didn't show you guys the button. So, when you click the button, it opens a web view, and that takes you to the iHeartQuote site. I wanted to pull the actual URL, because if you look in the widget, it has the URL, but I didn't know how to separate, because it's one string that comes back, and I wasn't too sure how to check for, like, a bracket. Like, I know in PHP you can, like, explode on a bracket, but I don't know if in Java you can do the same thing. That's the only thing I really would have done differently. List a few things that could use more clarification. None really. I wish I would have known ahead of time about the half an hour thing, because I probably spent a good half an hour to an hour trying to figure out why the update wasn't working, but I got it fixed in the end. And I haven't really started thinking about my project for APD2. I might do the same thing that I did for APD1 if we're allowed. I honestly haven't even really looked at the... I don't know if there's anything in here, but I'm probably going to go on the same general consensus that I did for that, if it's allowed. If not, I'm not really sure. I'm going to have to do some research and thinking about that. But yeah, that is my video for week 3. I hope you guys like it, and I'll see you next week. Thanks a lot.